Hey all. So, I've had lots of questions, and a lot of people want me to talk about suicide, why suicide is so taboo, and what happens to us after we commit suicide. So, a few things that I want to cover before I get into this whole topic is that my opinion is subjective. So, I might be completely wrong, but this is what I believe in, this is my thoughts. So, you find your own truth, you find your own beliefs, and don't take me as the only person who knows it all. Like, I don't. I'm just doing my own research. I have my own opinion, and that's my world, okay? Second, I do not want to encourage anyone into taking their own life away. Like, this is not the point of this video. It's not like, nothing bad will happen, like, go on. No, please don't. Like, your life is yours, you do what you want to do, but I do not want to encourage you to take your own life away. I know how hard it might be for some, but, I just don't want to encourage anyone. So, to get into it, I have few takes on it, and I don't think that it's a huge deal, like committing suicide and big bad things happening to you. I don't think that it's a thing because one is that I've met four beings from Earth who committed suicide, and all of them had different experiences, but they were, in my own eyes, positive. One guy committed suicide, like, I'm not gonna talk of the ways, and they did it, like, I might mention one because it's interesting, but they all had different experiences, and so we all have different possibilities of what might happen. One guy took his own life away, and he said that, like, he got into the void. Like, the moment he commits suicide, next thing he knows, he opens his eyes, he's in the void, he's more of a consciousness, he doesn't have a body, he's just there with everything and everyone. And, you know, everything and nothing at once, like that sort of thing. But he had his own, like, thoughts. He didn't have the mind chatter. He didn't have, like, lots of things going on. It was just him, complete calmness, void, and he took his time, like, to calm down. Like, oh, okay, I'm dead. Now what? And he thought, like, what he wants to do next, and he went there and did that. Just a thought of, like, okay, I might want to go into another planet, or I might want to go to another realm, or let's see this or that. And, like, he thought of it. He put an intention. Bam, he's gone. He's doing his own thing. Another person took his own life away, and he happened to see the light. The light was sort of pulling him in, like, like a magnet, but it's not like you're gonna get sucked in and bad things are gonna happen. Like, he felt that he was pulled in, and he put an intention, like, don't, and he, like, made it so that he would, like, just blast away from that place as far as possible, and he did that, like, really far, so he couldn't see any light or anything. He was just there for a while, and, like, more of a darkness. Like, he can't say that it's complete void, but, like, for him, he saw light, and he just got away from that, and he's good. There was a girl who committed suicide, and she mentioned that she saw her relatives, like the ones that passed away, and they started, like, talking to her, like, oh, it's so good to see you, and they're, like, really friendly. And next thing she knows, after, like, a long time of talking and being together in another realm, they're like, hey, well, on Earth you forgot to do this thing, or you did this bad thing, so why don't you go back? Why don't you, like, just fix it? Why don't you make it better? And she saw that, like, she saw through the beings. Like, those were archons, and they pretended to be her relatives. They had a good relationship until she realized, like, oh my god, it's archons. And so she just got away from that, like, don't. So, my point on that is, like, if you see any beings and they're nice to you and they're talking to you, don't necessarily trust them. Like, you can communicate. Don't agree to absolutely anything, even if it's your relatives, even if it's your loved ones. Tell them that you'll need them in another realm, in another aspect, so that it wouldn't be this exactly body, because it might be an archon just pretending and having a suit or a mask and just trying to make a deal with you. And so another experience I had, I mean, not I had, but as I was talking to this guy, he actually jumped from a really tall building, and in the whole process of falling down, as his body fell down to the ground, he left the body. So the body, it's a puddle, but he's, like, lifting in the air, floating, and it's like, whoa. And he saw his body, like, falling, and, like, his spirit, his consciousness, like, it's there, it's free. He saw the whole process of what happened, and people running there, and, like, the hospital, I mean, the ambulance being called and all this stuff, and he's just there floating, and, like, whoa. So he's, like, he realized that he's dead, like, his body died, but his consciousness, his soul, is there. He's free, so he floated around Earth, like, just to check out what's gonna happen, and just trying to see like what's going on. And after that, like he understood like, okay, so I just lost my body. Now what? And then he decided that he just wants to go to another place and putting an intention like, okay, I just want to be there. Whatever place you choose to, like, even if it's your own universe, you can just teleport there in an instant. So for me, like I haven't committed suicide, okay? Like I wanted to because of my life was like terrible, but I didn't have enough guts, and I was like afraid. But I never had the fear of, oh my god, bad things are gonna happen if I commit suicide. It was more like, damn, like I know that some people will be like really sad, they'll get over it eventually, but it's really bad. For others, this experience, like, it's gonna hurt. Second thing, like, damn, it's like I was afraid, so I didn't do that. But seeing other people who did that, and I met them in my ubis, they're free, they're good, and they had different kind of experiences. So they didn't had like any archons pulling them in or something. Like they tried like different experiences, but nothing bad happened. And another take, which is like, for me, it's like, why is it a taboo thing? And I just think that like archons and whoever, like the demiurge and whoever wants us to be here, whoever is feeding from us and keeping us as a cattle, is just a way to scare us. I mean, like, okay, being killed is okay, being poisoned is okay, being a small child being raped and then killed that time is okay, and your death will be fine, and you will reincarnate, or you'll do different things, and that's fine. But taking your own life away, doing like anesthesia or something to die calmly, that's really bad. I mean, come on, no freaking sense. So for me, it's like people die in wars, people get killed, and that's okay and that's normal. Nothing bad will happen. But to take your own life away at your own will because you hate this freaking place and you're just done as can be, and that's bad? No, I don't think so. Like, in my own opinion, it's subjective, but I think like it's a way to scare us. It's a way to trap us here on Earth and keep us away from like getting out. Because if you had the ability to leave at any time, you would be free. But no, we can't get out of body. Most of us are limited. And like, okay, then I'll commit suicide. No, then we hear stories from like religions or some new age people, and like it's really bad and bad things are gonna happen. Like, oh please, you know, just I don't go with it. Like, I think this whole taboo topic and saying like it's really bad, I think it's more of a way to scare us and keep us trapped here on Earth because they can feed from our leash, they can like mess with us and do different things. Like, of course, like we hear their plans of like killing off people and all the most of the population and stuff, but they're trying and they're not good at that. So I think suicide is more of a just a way to scare us and keep us away from getting out as easily as we could or want to. And the whole thing, like, our alternative is getting out of body, which is like better because you don't feel any pain or anything, and you're just out as free as can be. But it takes practice for some people. So yeah, like that's my take on suicide. Like, I don't think it's bad. I don't think you're gonna get like really big effects, or like you're gonna lower the incest or whatever. Like, you might have a different kind of experience. Like the people that I've talked to, like you're committing suicide and ending up in the void or seeing light, but you don't actually you're not gonna be pulled in right away. You're gonna feel like a magnet, and it's slowly pulling you in, but it's not too big. Like, you're not gonna get sucked in like right away. So you have all the freedom. You just make a decision like, no, I'm not going there. Simple as that. Or don't talk to anyone who tries to like. They might be really nice to you, but once they bring up like you should come back, no freaking way, don't do that. So don't go into lie. Don't talk to beings if that ever happens. But I think that suicide is just a way to scare us and with big things that might happen after we die, and that's it. So that's my take. This is my subjective opinion, and I'm not encouraging anyone to commit suicide, okay? Just making that clear. Anyway, so hope you like this video. I hope this gives you more information and like point of views on this subject. So that's it. Have a nice day.